So joining us now is Mara Dunn. She joins us from the organization Down Syndrome Community of Puget Sound. First of all, I have to ask what your reaction was. You watched the Today Show today. What was your reaction as the mother of a daughter with Down syndrome?
I loved it. I think it is amazing and wonderful that they chose the Gerber Baby as a baby with Down syndrome. I think it's wonderful for our community, and it allows us to have this dialogue, not just a dialogue between us on a television show, but parents, when they pick up a bottle of baby food, will see a child with Down syndrome on it, and it's just, it's great.
It does feel like a milestone, right? This Gerber Baby, but the Down syndrome community has made so many strides in the last 20 years. Can you talk a bit more about that?
It has, and I'd like to say part of it is because of organizations like ours, which we, the Down syndrome community of Puget Sound, provides resources and opportunities for people with Down syndrome through education, through community groups, community events, through advocacy, and through give me a minute, outreach. And so we, people now, when they have babies with Down syndrome, we provide information and gifts to them. We also have activities, events, like this weekend we have a Valentine's party. And then through advocacy, going down to Olympia and working for people with disabilities. So we are able to meet a lot of needs for this community.
Mara, what's the biggest misconception people have about Down syndrome?
Oh, well, probably what I would say is that probably misconception, maybe we aren't given as much opportunity. People don't feel that we should be given enough opportunity, but again, what we're trying to do is raise awareness and allow for, to provide inclusion for education, inclusion for employment opportunities, inclusion for housing, and to show that our kids, we have hopes and dreams for them, and they have the ability to go out there and work and be educated just like all other children.
What more do you think needs to be done for children like little Lucas here that we're looking at, and children like your daughter living with Down syndrome?
More of this, more education, or more inclusion opportunities, more education, coming out and talking to people and educating people on just people with Down syndrome, people with all types of disabilities.
I'm guessing there's an adjustment period in the very beginning. What should neighbors or friends say when someone has a baby with Down syndrome to that initial conversation?
Celebrate, congratulate us.
Yeah.
Don't think that it's something they should be sad about. This is, when I had my daughter, it was a celebrated event. A lot of education had to happen after that, but no, she's like my other children.
Yep, looking over at her. She's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you very
That's
much.
Awesome.
And we are celebrating Lucas today. So Mara, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm glad you invited us to come here and talk.
We appreciate it.
Well, King 5 is a proud sponsor of the Special Olympic Games in Seattle in July. So we're going to be covering that at a much larger level. But it starts with this conversation. It starts with days like this. So Mara, thanks.
And thank you for being a supporter of the Special Olympics.
Yeah, you bet. Our pleasure.